Hi guys, welcome back to session 4 of 6 of our 6-week Pilates program, and today we're going to be focusing on our core. So let's get started. We're just going to warm up a little bit to begin with. So we're going to start off with some windmills to start with. So if we bring those feet together, and if you remember bringing those feet 10 to the hour and 10 past the hour, and then bringing those heels to line up with the toes. We're just going to reach for one toe and twist back to the top, and then reach for the other one. So switch from one side to the other just to open up through that chest and mobilize the top of the back. Little stretch through the hamstrings at the same time. Good. 2 more. And relax it there, and then we're going to work on a few roll downs as well. So bringing that chin to the chest, round the shoulders in, nice and slowly, reaching down for those toes. Once you get as far as you can, just let the shoulders and the head be heavy, turning the head side to side, just to really loosen up through the neck. And then keep the chin tucked into the chest, slowly roll it back to the top. So the head's the last thing to come back up at the top, and just roll those shoulders back. And we go again, chin to chest, round the shoulders in, nice and slowly. Hold it there once you get as far as you can, feel that stretch down the back of the legs and through that lower back. And then slowly roll it back up to the top again, and round those shoulders back at the top. Good. We're going to do that roll down again, but this time we're going to walk it out and walk back again, just to warm up a little bit more. So chin to chest, roll it down, reach the hands to the floor, and we're going to walk out into that plank position, and then walk those hands back in again, and slowly roll it back up to the top, and again. Hands to the floor, and walk it out into that full press up position, and back again. Good. We're going to do that 2 more times. And walk it out, keep that core switched on as we come down, and back again. And last time. And walk it back in for the last time. And then just round those shoulders back up the top. Okay, now we're going to bring it down onto the floor. So chin to chest, round the shoulders, reaching down, and then just walk it out in to that all fours position. Bringing the knees wide, you're going to sit back onto the heels into child's pose to get a nice stretch through the hips, reaching the fingertips away. Just hold it there. And then bring it up and down into that upward dog position, and then back again. If you prefer, you can just come back into the middle and rock down again, or you can bring it all the way down and back again. 2 more. And last one. Good. And then bring it back into that all fours position. So from here, we're making sure elbows and wrists in line with the shoulders and knees in line with the hip. We're going to work opposite arm and leg, so really switch that core on before we go. So we're extending opposite arm and leg back into the middle, and then repeat the same on the other side. So remember, keep that core switched on. So as you extend, you don't want that hip twisting out. So we really want to focus on keeping those hips fixed down towards the floor. and back to the middle. Keep that core switched on. Squeeze the glute at the top of the movement. Nice and long through the leg and the arm. Keep the eyes down towards the floor so you're keeping that neck in line with the rest of the spine. Keep pulling that belly button in towards the spine. We've got 5 more. Three more. And last one. And relax it there, good. Just sit back on to the heels just to take any pressure off the upper body. And then bringing it back into the middle, we're going to work through some mountain climbers, but we're going to keep them nice and slow. So we're coming up in to that full press up position, bringing one knee into the chest and back out again. Same with the other one, into the chest and out again. So keep it nice and slow. Nice deep breath in on the way in and exhale on the way out. Keep that core engaged. So you want to make sure that back's nice and flat. You don't want it up here or sinking down. Five more. And last one. And then bring the knees back down. Again, sit back onto the heels. Bring the hands round to the side, just to take that pressure off the upper body. And then if you bring it onto the knees, so for this one, if you find that it's a little bit uncomfortable on the knees, you can grab a cushion or a towel just to kneel onto the towel, just to take the pressure off from the knees. So we're going to do a side bend from a kneeling position. So from here, lean across to the side, take it to where you can, back to the top, and we're going to go back that same way. So squeeze that belly button into the core. Good. So you should feel it working through the side there, into the obliques. Keep squeezing that belly button right back towards the spine. Deep breath in through the nose and exhale as you come down. One more. And then to increase that, if you bring the arms up above the head and now bring it across to the side, you should feel that working through the obliques a little bit more. Good, just keep going, take it to where you can. Four more to go. Two more. And last one, we're going to hold and pulse, so small pulses. Keep it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up to the top. Bring the arms back down Now we're going to work through the other side, so we should be feeling it this time through that right side, leaning across and back up. So this one's good for the obliques, but you're also mobilising through the spine at the same time. So it's really opening up those lower joints in the spine. Just keep squeezing that belly button in. Keep it going. Three more. And last one. So now we're going to bring those arms up into it as well, leaning across just to increase that. Keep pulling that belly button in. Five more. Three more. And last one, hold and pulse. Hold it there. Five, four, three, two, and one. Good. And bring those arms back down again. Good. So next one, if you take it on to the back, so you can move the cushion or the towel out of the way. If you want, you can rest the back of your head on your cushion or your towel. So bringing it on to the back, squeezing that core. Remember, make sure you're not forcing it down so much so that your back's completely flat on the floor, but you don't want that arch at the same time. So it should be just enough to give your t-shirt a little tug through the bottom. So we're going to bring those legs into tabletop position. So in tabletop, we want to make sure those knees are in line with the hips. So you don't want them too close to the chest. As soon as you bring them level with the hips, there, now I can feel that my core is switched on already. So relax the arms by the side. You're just going to tap one foot down to the floor, back to the middle, and then tap with the other foot. So keep that core switched on, keep drawing that belly button in towards the spine, tapping down. Remember to keep your breathing going at the same time. Make sure that back's not arching off the floor. Keep that core switched on. Four more to go. Two more. Last one. Good. And just hug those knees into the chest, just gently rocking the knees in and out, just to release that off. And then for the next one, we're now going to add the arms into it as well. So a bit of coordination comes into this one. So we're going to work opposite arm and leg. So like we done at the beginning of the session, but this time bringing it on to the back. So bring those knees in to tabletop position, arms up. You can keep the knee bent if you want to, just doing those foot taps down towards the floor, opposite arm and leg. Or if you want to, you can extend those levers, extending the leg out straight, back in, and then the same on the other side. So make sure you take it slow. So you want to bring one arm and leg out, keeping one arm and leg still the whole time, come back into the middle and then switch over. So make sure you come back into that middle before you switch over. Keep that breathing going. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. Three more to go. And last one. And then again, just hug those knees into the chest just to release that tension off. And then bringing the feet down to the floor now. Bringing those hands behind the head. We're going to do a few crunches. So just make sure you're not pulling through on the neck. The hands are there just for support. Squeezing that core, lifting the head and shoulders up off the floor and back down again. So lift up, squeeze. Again, the more you squeeze, the more you're going to feel it. Take it nice and slow. Control that movement up and back down. Three more. And last one. And relax it there, good. Okay, next one we're going to do some more crunches, but this time we're bringing the legs up and your feet are going to be together, but your knees are going to be apart. So I'll show you from this side so you can see. So feet together and knees apart. So this exercise is going to really work those lower parts into the sides of the abs. So keeping that distance in between the knees. From here, you're just going to reach up towards the feet and back down again. Reach up towards the feet and back down. So keep those knees apart, push those feet together as you come up. So the more you push those feet together, the more you're going to feel it through there. So lifting up and back down. If you need to support the head, then you can bring the hands behind the head just to support that neck, crunching up and down. Three more. And last one. And relax it there, good. If you just extend the legs out straight and just float those arms over the head just to lengthen through the core before we go on to the next one. So just take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And again. And then just bring those arms back over to the floor, bringing the legs back into that tabletop position to start with. So if you extend the legs a little bit, you can keep the knees bent slightly if you want to with this one. I'll show you the option if you want to extend the legs out straight. So we're going to work on some scissors. So you're going to hug one leg into the chest and then switch over and hug the other one in. So this is option one. You can keep the knees bent and keep the head down on the floor, or to increase that, you can lift the head off the floor and keep those legs bent, or you can extend those legs out straight or as straight as you can, switching from here, scissors. So hug that leg in, keep the head and shoulders off the floor, keep squeezing through the core, hug one leg in and switch over. Keep pulling that belly button in towards the spine. Five more to go. And relax there, good. Just hug those knees into the chest. Rolling the knees round and round, clockwise and anti-clockwise, just to loosen up any tension through that lower back. And now bringing those legs back in to that tabletop position, hands behind the head again, lifting the head and shoulders off. We're going to do a slow bicycle, so you're bringing elbow to knee, so opposite elbow to knee, and then switch over to the other side. So elbow to knee and switch. So keep the legs bent and switch from one side to the other. Keep it nice and slow. Keep that breathing going at the same time, and really twist as you bring that elbow to knee, really twist through, pulling that belly button in towards the spine. Five more. And relax there. Bring those knees into the chest. You should really feel it burning through that core now. So the slower you take it and the more you squeeze, the more you're going to feel it through there. Just release that off a bit. Clockwise and anti-clockwise with the knees. Okay, next one, we're going to work through the Pilates 100 exercise. So what you're going to do is bringing those legs into tabletop position, making sure the knees are in line with the hips, lifting the head and shoulders off the floor. You're going to pulse the hands up and down, so the quicker you pulse, the quicker you'll get to the end. So each pulse you need to count until you get to 100. So you're counting each pulse until you get to that 100 mark. Keep pulling that belly button in towards the spine, really squeeze that core, and just remember to keep that breathing going at the same time with this exercise. So once you've got to your 100, just relax and bring those knees into the chest. So knees in line with the hips, up we go, and pulse. Halfway there. Ten to go. And relax there. Hug those knees into the chest once you're done. I'll just give you all a little bit of time if you're catching up on those pulses. If you're finished, just keep those knees into the chest or extend the legs out straight and just float the arms up above the head just to stretch through that core. Just take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then bring those arms back over, bending the knees again. If you turn to the side just to push yourself back up, we're going to come in to the seated position now, and we're going to work through some roll downs. So if you have a band with you, I'll show you a way that can help you do this exercise with a band. I'll show you both ways with and without the band. So the band will just help assist with this exercise. So what you want to do is place the band on top of the feet and then wrap the band around the outside, so you're pulling the band through the middle of the legs. So keeping that back nice and upright to begin with, so you don't want to be slouching through. Sitting up nice and tall, you round the shoulders, bring the chin to the chest and slowly roll it down. You can roll it just to halfway using the band to assist, and then roll it back up to the top again. Or if you want to take it all the way down, you can roll it nice and slowly all the way down to the floor, and then slowly on the way back up again. So try and keep those feet down on the floor. If you've got some weights that you can pop over the top to keep the feet down, or if you've got someone that can stand on your feet for you. So really make sure that as you come down, those feet are not lifting off the floor to help you to get back up. So it's a nice, slow and controlled movement. So if you're not using the band, exactly the same. You can roll it down just to that halfway mark and then bring it back up to the top again. Or you can bring it all the way down to the floor and then slowly back up to the top again. So it's almost like a sit up, but you're keeping it nice and slow and controlled. So it's much harder because you're really trying to control that movement. We'll go for 4 more. Two more to go. And last one. And relax it there, good. If you turn it onto the sides, back round to the front, just to loosen that off. We'll come back into that child's pose and then bring it forward, lifting that head up just to stretch through the core and back again. So it should feel quite nice as you come down, stretching out that core. And last one. And back again, just hold it in that position, in that child's pose. And then back into all fours. If you tuck those toes under, push those heels down into that downward dog, bend the knees if you need to help to keep the back nice and flat. Keep that chin tucked into the chest. Slowly walk those hands in, nice and slowly roll it back up to the top. So the head's the last thing to come back at the top, and just roll those shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, let them drop, and again. Good, well done guys, we've made it through another session. Hope you enjoyed that one, hope you can feel it working through that core. So on our 5th session next week, we're going to be focusing on some stretching and mobility. So it's a nice chilled session for next week. Okay, take care and I'll see you then.